Hi Stampers, this is Dawn and today we're going to make this cute rainbow shaker card. And you might remember the inside of the card that we made a video on a few weeks ago that I showed you how to make this mechanism to have the wiper part that pops out. I showed you how to add that to this card and then also to the Bermuda Bay card. But then I also had some requests about the shaker card. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make this card today. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here are the pieces. We're using the polished pink cardstock for the base. This piece is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and then you're going to score it at 4 1/4. Let me get my bone folder. Okay. Okay, so then the basic white piece is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I cut out the Supple Shimmer paper with the brilliant rainbow dies, but I want to give you a little heads up about this shimmer paper. Let me show you. Okay, so this is the January through June mini catalog, and on page 67 you're going to see the Supple Shimmer paper, which is 12 by 12, and in the picture it's listed as pink and blue, but it's not blue. It's pink, but let me show you the color of the other one. So now here's the pink one that we're using today, and then this is the one that they're calling blue, but it's more like an iridescent. It depends on what other colors you're using for your project, and then the light, when it hits it, I guess it could look like it's blue, but it looks more like a green color right now under my lights, but it's still so sparkly. I love it. So in the pack of the Supple Shimmer paper, you'll have two pieces, one in the pink and then one in the iridescent is what I'm calling it. Okay, and the pack is like $5 and you'll get 12 by 12. So I went ahead and cut out the pink with the rainbow die. Let me show you that. Okay, so this is the die that I used to cut out my shimmer paper with the pink, and it's the brilliant rainbow dies. And then I also cut out 3 sets of clouds, which are also in the die collection. And then I went ahead and die cut out the basic white piece, which is cut at the 4 by 5 1/4. I went ahead and die cut out that piece also with this die. Okay, so I just set it onto the basic white, and then I ran that through the die cut machine. Okay, so then you're going to have your window for your shaker part. And then also I'm using the stamp set that coordinates with this die, and it's the Rainbow of Happiness. This comes in a bundle right now, and you can save 10% when you purchase them together. And then I'm using a piece of window sheet. Hopefully you can see that. This piece is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. And then this little rectangle shape right here, hopefully you can see that. This is from the rectangle stitch dies, and it's the smallest rectangle right here, the one that I used for that. We're going to do some stamping with the greeting on that one. Okay? All right, now let's go ahead and do the stamping. Let's get that out of the way. I'm going to use the polished pink classic ink, and the stamp set is the Rainbow of Happiness, and it's a photopolymer stamp set. So I'm going to stamp this You Make Me Happy. I'm going to stamp that right along that strip. And since it is photopolymer, you can line it up really nicely. So let me show you this. So it says You Make Me Happy. Okay, so that's pretty much all the stamping. So now I'm going to take a pencil, and I'm going to put this basic white piece where we have the die cut section out for the window. I'm going to layer this onto my polished pink base, and I'm just going to lightly outline right where I want that shaker card to go. And it's just going to be a pencil line for a guide for myself. Okay, so we can erase that pencil line when we get to adding the sequins, but as of right now, this section right here where I outlined will be right where we're going to put our shaker part for the window. And then I'm going to add my window sheet to the back side of my basic white. So let me grab my stamp and seal. You also want to leave a little border here along the side and then also the bottom, because you're going to put your foam adhesive strips, and you want to put that to shape out your window for your shaker part. So we're going to go ahead and add our window sheet and add that right to the back side to to cover up that window with the die cut. So hopefully you can see the window sheet showing through there. Isn't that pretty? Now the die cuts that were used for the shimmer paper, we're going to use the largest one for this panel. And then I think it's this one for this one. So remember when we penciled out the window for the shaker, I only wanted to use this window and this window for my shaker part. So then these two strips are going to get covered over top of the other two stripes for the rainbow. And we're just going to attach those with the Stamp and Seal. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and frame out the back of our window. So remember, this is our shaker part of our card where the glimmer paper isn't. Okay, so these two windows, remember we put our pencil line here to outline those two stripes of the rainbow. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over, and I'm going to take the foam adhesive strips, and I'm going to make a little window or a little cubby around those two windows right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the strip right down at the bottom. Now remember, you don't want to have any gaps in this adhesive because you don't want that sequins to fall out anywhere. So I'm just going to wrap it around. Keep this adhesive right around this little cubby here so it holds my sequins right there. Okay, so we're just going to press that down. I'm going to grab my scissors. Okay, and then we're just going to take the rest of this adhesive and we're just going to pop up the edges, because the card with having the foam adhesive strips on this side, you don't want this to be lopsided. So I'm just going to add the remaining part of the strip to the other side of the basic white. Okay, so it balances it out. All right, now we're going to go ahead and peel off the backing. Make sure you don't have anything interfering with the sticky part of this foam adhesive strip. Okay. All right, now we're going to take and focus on this base part of the card. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold this base again with my bone folder. All right, so I can see the outline of my pencil line. And I'm going to go ahead and take, these are the Supple Shimmer sequins, and these were from the holiday catalog that retired a little bit ago. So I'm just had some left over. So I'm just going to take these and I'm going to drop the sequins right in this section here, because that's where my shaker part of the windows are going to be. That should be good. So we're just going to scoop this all in the center of those pencil lines, just like that. Got one stuck to my finger. All right. So making sure that those sequins are away from the pencil lines, because this is right where my card layer is going to go. The basic white layer is going to go right onto that polished pink section. And I'm just going to layer it onto the polished pink right over top of those sequins. And make sure you don't shake it until you get all the foam adhesive strip that's sticky. Adhere that down to the base of the card first before you start shaking it, because the sequins will move and then they will be hindering the adhesive strips to stick to the base of the card. But there's your shaker card. Isn't that awesome? All right, now we're going to add our clouds and our greeting. Let me grab my little mini dimensionals. I'm going to use my take your pick tool, and I'm going to put my mini dimensionals on the backs of these pieces here. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so first I'm going to go ahead and put the greeting on, and then we'll build all the other layers with the clouds and the ribbon with the bow around the greeting. So the greeting is "You make me happy," and that is going to be stuck right onto the front. Position that right where you want it. And then the clouds are going to go around that. Let me peel off the backings. So See, we're gonna stick one cloud up here, then one over here, and then one down here. Okay, now we're gonna take a glue dot and we're gonna make a bow. We're gonna stick that over here to the right hand side of our greeting. Let's put my glue dot on. Okay, let me grab my ribbon. This is the polished pink open weave ribbon. This is really beautiful ribbon and it's easy to tie. So I'm just gonna tie my little tiny bow. And then I'm just gonna adjust my bow to fit on the front of the card. A lot of times with bow tying, it's a little bit of the fussy work that makes the shape of the bow. So everybody that says they're not good at tying bows, you just gotta play with it. And then you'll get better at it. We're going to go ahead and take my paper snips and cut my tails down. Okay, so there's my cute little bow. We're going to take that bow and we're going to stick that right onto that glue dot right over here. Isn't that cute? Oh, I love it. Shaker card. And it's the rainbow, pretty shimmer paper. So let me show you the other one really quick. So here's the other one, and then this one has the finished inside. I'll have the link to this video listed down below in the description box as well as above. And then also here's the Bermuda Bay version. Isn't it cute? Now this paper was from Celebration. It was the Sunshine and Rainbows designer paper. And Celebration is over now, but this paper was from that pack matching the Bermuda Bay. And then the ribbon is the black and white gingham ribbon. And then also I'll have the PDF, which is the printable version of all the items that we used with the measurements as well as the picture of the two projects. That PDF is listed down below in the description box, all right? Okay, so I'll have all the items listed down below. And then also, if you liked today's video, give me a thumbs up. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.